Hi there, this is Ranjit, and in this video we'll be doing the unboxing of this MacBook Pro 15-inch, and I'll also be comparing it with my current MacBook Pro which I use for video editing, which was the MacBook Pro 2014 late edition. In fact, I don't carry these MacBook Pros, I use them like a desktop computer. I have connected my existing MacBook Pro to my edgy 34-inch monitor, and I basically use that for video editing. And this MacBook Pro is the latest one, 2017 model, and this is the highest end model that is available in India. And this has the Core i7 processor that is clocked at 2.9 gigahertz. It has 512 GB of SSD, and this one comes with the Radeon 4 GB RAM model. And I'm also very curious to see, basically I use these MacBook Pros for video editing, how fast it would be compared to the 2014 edition of the MacBook Pro that I'm using. So I'll quickly do the unboxing and then we'll do the comparison test. So I'm sure you must have seen hundreds of unboxing for the MacBook Pro, hence I'm speeding up this video. Again, as I've told you, this is the high-end version. Again, I'll have the specs on the screen. And again, you don't get a lot with this one. You just get some Apple stickers over here, documentation. And this is the USB Type-C power brick, which is actually a 87 watt one. And you get this Indian specific plug because I purchased it in India. And you get the USB Type-C cable. That's it, what you get in the box. And this is the MacBook Pro 15-inch. And as you can see, the trackpad is actually really big on this one. And you have that keyboard. I still don't like this keyboard. And yeah, no ports. We just get 4 USB Type-C ports on this one. So you have to buy adapters to make it work with other accessories you might have. So as you guys saw, I had unboxed this new MacBook Pro 15-inch, and I've now used it for almost a day. And to compare it with the 2014 edition, I would say I've noticed some difference. But if you're sort of a normal user, you simply in day-to-day activities, for example, let's say you do emailing, Facebook, general browsing and stuff, Word documents you write and all those things, you won't notice any practical difference. Even the 2014 edition, in terms of speed, was fast for all those tasks. But I noticed some differences when I was really pushing these machines, and I'll give you real life examples for what I've been using these machines, that is for video editing. The thing is that the 2014 late edition was clocked at 2.2 gigahertz, though it was also a Core i7 with 16 GB of RAM, like the new one. This new one is also a Core i7 with 16 GB of RAM, but this one is actually clocked a lot higher at 2.9 gigahertz, and this one also has a dedicated graphic card that has 4 GB VRAM, that is the Radeon 560, which the 2014 edition did not have. The 2014 edition had a internal Intel graphic card. So I did some test. For example, I do all my video editing on Final Cut Pro X, and I exported the same video on both the machines, and I'll give you the results. First, let's talk about the old machine. I exported this Nokia 8 unboxing video, which I just posted yesterday, and on the old machine, that is the 2014 edition, it took me 4 minutes 37 seconds to export that video to 1080p. And on the new machine, it took me 2 minutes 44 seconds. So as you can see, significantly faster, almost about 90% faster in exporting speed. So definitely that dedicated graphic card is helping. So again, if you export a lot of videos and stuff, it will be faster. Another thing that I noticed is that with the old one, I could definitely do video editing. I've been producing all those videos on the 2014 edition. But if you notice, lately I've been using dual cameras. For example, I'm using this camera, this one. And if I add one more layer, for example, animations and stuff, with the old one, it used to lag a little bit and the frames used to be messed up a little bit. When you're doing editing, I would say lag on the 2014 edition. With this new one, it didn't have any problems with even 3D objects, text rotating with the 2 layers of videos. It was very smooth in editing. So overall, your editing process will be also a lot smoother if you use multicam setups or something like that. If you're just using normal editing, even the 2014 will suffice. But if you're using multiple layers like multiple cameras and FX and stuff, definitely the 2017, even in editing, was a lot faster. So again, in rendering and editing, it is faster, and rendering time is almost about 85 to 90% faster compared to the 2014 edition. And I feel that is largely due to the dedicated graphic card that this model has, the Radeon 560, the one I chose. Now moving to the CPU. For testing the CPU, what I did is I took a 1 GB video file, and there's a popular program that is known as Handbrake, and I also actually use it quite a bit when I'm traveling and stuff. I export a video with Final Cut, but again, the size of that video is pretty big. So while traveling, we have limited bandwidth. You might be uploading it from a mobile connection. So I use this software known as Handbrake for compression. So I compressed again a file on both these machines, and here are the results. First, let's talk about the old MacBook Pro. This was 1 GB file, and default I used the H.264 compression for the first test. And with the old MacBook Pro, to compress that 1 GB file, it took 9 minutes 49 seconds. Using the H.264 compression. There is also this new type of compression that is known as the H.265, and this is used a lot with 4K videos, and in future a lot of softwares will be using this H.265. And for that same 1 GB file, when I used the H.265 compression, it took 28 minutes 36 seconds. And now I tested the same thing with the Handbrake on the new MacBook Pro, and on this one with the H.264, it took just 6 minutes 39 seconds to compress that file. Compared to the older one, older machine, it was 9 minutes 49 seconds. And again, guys, this Handbrake does not use the GPU a lot, but again, this uses the CPU completely. So definitely, this is clocked at 2.9 gigahertz. So it is showing that difference of about 3 minutes that I've noticed on this 1 GB file. So definitely it is compressing a lot quicker. Now moving to the H.265 compression, here the results are mind-boggling, and that is due to the fact that this new one has the new Intel Kaby Lake processors, and this one Kaby Lake processors have built-in hardware decoding and for H.265, which the older one didn't do. So for compressing this H.265, this new machine took just 9 minutes 51 seconds, whereas the old MacBook Pro took 28.36 seconds, 28 minutes 36 seconds. So significantly, as you can see, even for compressing files where you do a lot of CPU intensive tasks, definitely the new one is a lot faster. And again, if you are going to use the H.265, no brainer, it's almost like 3 times faster than the MacBook Pro late 2014 edition. So if you do a lot of video editing and you make your living producing videos and stuff, and if you're using an older MacBook Pro like the 2014 or even earlier, then I would say it's a worthwhile upgrade. But again, if you're sort of a casual user just doing normal browsing, writing Word documents, emailing and stuff, then you will simply not notice that much of a difference. I hope this video makes sense, and I just produced this video because I couldn't find a video which was comparing the actual raw performance in real world, because these benchmark scores just don't make that much of a difference according to me. So I hope if you are sort of a video editor, or if you use Final Cut or use your MacBook Pros for video editing, I hope this video was helpful. So if you are not subscribed to my YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. So that's it for now for this video. Thank you. Hope to see you very soon.